Okay, Saturday morning, and I've got a little free time, so it's time to click some maps for a couple of hours. And I want a community world. Been enjoying that. I'm not sure what other maps I should play, but this one is diverse and has a lot of locations, so let's go back in here and see what we get today. So I've got, let's see, 10 minutes on the clock, moving, panning and zooming, so on easy mode until I get a bit better at the game, or I get a bit bored. Interesting. Straight away I think this is going to be a tricky one for me. So I've got yellow flowers here. I have seen these yellow roadside flowers before, but don't know what to associate them with. Kind of on a minor road. The quality looks good. And we've got a bunch of pines over here. This pole I'm not sure about, and we've got this marking here, which I'm sure it's significant, but I can't really, I don't know where that might be. I'm guessing this is Europe. There's no road markings. The sun looks to be southish, so I guess northern hemisphere. I thought this might have been a brick road, but a stone wall, but it's not. And this fence, it's pretty quality. I mean, it's not a significant fence, but they're using the materials seem standardized. They're not just like random sticks and things that you see sometimes. Just travel a little bit and have a look at this house and these people who are enjoying the garden. It's got a dog here, and they've obviously been disrupted by the Geoguessr car. I don't know what to make of this house. I said Europe here, but is that an identical house? Looks identical, which makes me wonder if this is actually the US. I don't know, but then this house looks very European. I don't know. Ah, here we go. We've got a sign. I was thinking France, just initially there. Mr. Keon for sale, bed bungalow on 13.5 acres. I don't know about this prefix here, and I can't see a domain there. I wonder if this is somewhere in the United Kingdom. These poles look a bit dodgy for that. I just don't get that impression. Got some birches. Just trying to think. This giveaway sign's probably a giveaway. No pun intended. But yield, it says. I don't recognise the style, but the text is all the way in the top, which is a bit unusual. And here we have a car. Oh, did we lose it? O'Dwyer and Cheshire Home. That sounds very UK-ish. O'Dwyer. I guess Ireland here. These are not places I recognise, but they're dual language. on the R321. It's got N roads here. A roads. Do we have any R roads? What was this? The N5. Seems like Gaelic to me. Oh, and the green bollard there. Nice. Okay. So I think we're right, we are in Ireland. How much time have we got left? 4 minutes and 45 seconds. So on the N5-ish, around about there. So there's the N3, N4, N5 here. Very nice. And Foxford and Knock. And the other road was the 321. That should be easy to remember, 321. So Foxford and Knock. Tulskcully. Strokestown. Scramorge. The N5 sings quite long. Longford. This is the N4, I think. It's the N5 here. So we want Foxford or Knock. Hopefully they'd show up at this zoom. I don't know that they're actually on this map. I've been looking along the road, but that's probably they're probably off the road somewhat. Here's the 321 here. So Foxford is 14 and Knock is 13. So if I can find Foxford and Knock with this, kind of like midway between on the 321. Here's Foxford. And Knock is... It's a Ballina. There's a Ballina in Australia. This is Foxford not on the 321. It's like the N51. So I guess I should be looking at directions. Here we go. Foxford is basically northwest. So northish, I guess. So that checks out. On the 321, and Knock should be around here somewhere. Maybe I won't try and 5k this. What else is there? Bowler and Kiltmag. Here's Bowler. And Kiltmag is here. So it's kind of like halfway between those on the 321. We had a road coming off westish, and it's an intersection. L1991, L1919 or something. I guess kind of like that. Oh, hang on, where did we start? May as well try and 5k this, I guess. Or, okay. So off to the southwest. And if we're, I forget which way we headed towards here, so yeah. I guess we're about here. Oh, 5k. No. So that was the first round. So good, and I was so dubious about it when I clicked in. I've been trying to work on bollards, but this I don't recognise. It's got a growth at the top, an orange growth, which I'd imagine is snow poles, right? Good morning, Biggs. How you doing? 5k'd off the first round in Ireland. It's very happy. Looks like someone's been having a beer beside the road. A bit grim. I don't know this pole, but I was thinking it looks like a bus stop there. I'm not sure what this is. And some mountains off in the background. And the road quality is very good. Got a cow, a few cows, and a big pile of, no, presumably cow shit. Not sure about this bollard. Definitely Europe-ish. I wonder about Switzerland with cows and mountains. Just not sure about the bollard here. I think I'll just click in there, why not? What is there to lose? I've already got my 5k, so I may as well just screw up the round now. Screw up the game now. Switzerland. No, it wasn't. It was Austria. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. How many points did I get? 3,800, I think, for that. And this looks to be African, which screws me up quite a bit. First thing, we've got Pepsi. That's interesting. Starting left. It says Tongshan on the back. I don't know what that refers to. So I did say Africa, but Botica could be, yeah, Spanish. So it could be South America actually, or Central America. Botica, and then Corazon de Jesus is Heart of Jesus, I guess. Which I'm not sure what Botica means. I was thinking of like Botteria or something like that, which would be like an alcohol shop. Botilleria, but I guess it's not that. Which makes sense. Heart of Jesus booze shop doesn't really make sense. So it looks like this has been painted or plastered with political signs. I'm not sure about this, the water tank on the top. The infrastructure looks like they're improving, but they've had some struggles. And they have these like motor taxis or tuk-tuks. In fact, I haven't seen an actual car yet. Don't know what to make of that. This is very strange, which makes me think it's Central America because I haven't seen much of that, but got a cactus here. I wouldn't have thought, wouldn't Wouldn't have thought this is Mexico, but it could be. Something salud health. So it's a sign for some health practice, but no Coca-Cola yet. So we had Pepsi. Yeah, I'm gonna screw this round up pretty badly. It's a fruit. What are they selling here? Not too sure. Could be like empanadas. Here we go. There's a currency here of 3 something or other. I don't know what we're doing here. I'm really confused by this place. Definitely Spanish. I think I'll just go I don't know about Panama. I get the impression Panama might be a little more affluent. I don't think it's Guatemala because the poles don't appear to be painted, but what's going on here? I'm not sure about these plates. Maybe I'll just go. I'm not even sure if Nicaragua is covered. Honduras, I'm not sure either. I'll click here in Nicaragua. Ooh, it was northern Peru. I kind of wondered about that on account of all the moto taxis, but I didn't get a Peru vibe off that. So that's pretty bad. 1,464 points. A long way away. 2,000 kilometers away. More yellow flowers. And some whitish looking flowers. And a nice piece of garbage there. Let's have a look at this sign. So about one distance unit, which I presume is kilometers from K. It's an unusual ending to this, a YI ending to a town. I don't know what to make of that. I've got this yellow pole and a yellow center line. Ah, okay. So Turkey, I'd imagine. And I think this is Kikirik. Turkey's a bit tricky because it is deceptively large. So we're not in Van. And these place names seem quite minor, so that could be a problem. But I could travel and see if we can find some bigger place names. What's my impression here? There's some pretty big mountains to the south. Even if I could get a good east-west guess here, it'd be pretty good. But if I screw that up, it could be a minor disaster. Yeah, I'll need a bigger place name. So is that a deer sign? Oh no, just S's ahead. So we're driving 90 kilometers, I guess. I don't like clicking too much, it gets a bit boring. We've changed through the seasons here. Looks like the road quality's been upgraded. Sometime between between Geoguessr coverage passes. I don't know, we're going south-north, and in the south there's mountains. North-south, I guess, is the more traditional way of saying it. I don't know, how major is the road? I haven't even seen the road number. Maybe I'll just click in the middle here. That's the safest bet. Ooh, actually, that was not too bad. 4,000 points, 370 kilometers away. And it was further north here. I guess these were the kind of mountains we were looking at. And we were on the D765. So KE was here, and Kirik. But not visible. It'd be hard to scan for those. So on the final round of the first game, and just straight off the bat I thought Latin American again. Oh, oh no, here we go, South or Central American I was thinking, but it looks like that's not the case. I guess we're in India. Which unfortunately I have to kind of lean on the language here and compare it to the map, because it is, one good thing is that they have dual English and local language on the maps here. The bad thing is my comparison skills are not great. So I've got like a character which looks like an exaggerated 3. Like this. Which I don't think we'd be here necessarily. I wonder if we're just in the north here. I'll go, should I go north of New Delhi? That seems fraught with danger. Let's guess there initially and see if we've got anything else. Driving left, of course, which checks out. Politics. Yes, they've got politics in India. Wow, there's a lot of political signs here, and actually this section of language here actually looks Bangladeshi. So I wonder if that's the case. Maybe I should just go for Bangladesh here. If it's wrong, it's going to be a horrible guess. So I guess the options were New Delhi or Bangladesh. There are a lot of tuk-tuks here, which I guess would be a Bangladeshi thing. I don't think they call them tuk-tuks. I'm not sure what they call them in Bangladesh. Troubling. The black and white painted pole. Just having a look around for my reference for next time, in case I screw this up. Some good stick characters here, and they're both carrying bags. It's very busy, which I guess India and Bangladesh are, but I kind of get the idea that Dakar is, I mean, one of the busiest places in the world, so this could have been helpful. Navarra Technical School, College More, I'm not familiar with the place here. And I can't quite read it. It says like Dinajpur. And nothing on the domain here. Dinajpur kind of gives me a more of an Indian vibe. Jaipur, that kind of thing. Let's check some place names here. It could... Yeah, this is the services workshop. Technical school. I'm not sure about the telephone 0531 prefix. I'm back to thinking this is India. How much time have I got? 5 minutes, heaps of time. So I'm just going to drop it in here and hope for the best. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes looking around. I'll hedge slightly towards Bangladesh. Oh no, what was it? Oh, Dinajpur is right here. It was Bangladesh. That's bad. I should have committed. What if I'd gone with Dhaka? Would have been miles away still. 2,973. That's alright. It was very close to the border. I wonder if that was... yeah. There seemed to be a mix of languages there, but I'm not familiar enough to know if that's the case. Yeah, but there's Bangladeshi there by the looks on that older sign, so maybe I should have gone with that. Not to worry, 2,973 points, about 1,000 kilometers away there. So a mixed bag. That last guess was not great. And I think this guess was not great either. I probably should have gone Peru there, but it looked very unusual. Then the first round in Ireland was brilliant, 5,000. And it only took me... actually took me 9 minutes and 28 seconds. I didn't realise I was nearly at the 10-minute mark there. And Austria and Switzerland, that was not great. See if I can improve this game. So we're driving right, I guess. And we have a lot of silage and cows. So last time cows were in Austria. They have a lot of silage. And this yellow bollard, which is kind of like Turkey last time, I think. But this looks to be Iceland, or somewhere in Scandinavia. I think Iceland, right? Holmavik, 61. Iceland's not too big. Maybe I can find Holmavik. Here. Hee. Phew. And we're on a road going about northwest-southwest. With Reykjavik this way. And Patreksfjord that way. Which is kind of like to the north. Does it have the road we're on? On the 202 and 199. Presumably this is kilometers away. 607 and the 60. So we've got the 608 and the 61. Here's the 60. Reykjavik is definitely that way on the 1, which is here. And then the 60 is all the way north. So it's 200 kilometers to Reykjavik and 199 kilometers to Patreksfjord. Which was on the 60, which is this one here. So So I don't really see that. Raycaller. I think I'm going to give up soon and just like click. There's Raycolt. Raycaller. Just going to click somewhere in here on the 60. Oh, there's Baldalar, which is southeast, and the other place was Raycaller. Which I don't really see here. Oh, there it is, Raycaller. I guess we're on the 60. Some water over here to the southwest. Yeah. And this is kind of like an intersection actually. Well, a three-way intersection. I guess it's like that. Is there any mention of the 590? Not really. The 607. That's right. I don't think this... Wait. So it's kind of to the east. So it could be here. But that's too close to Baldalar, I'm sure. I think that's too close. I don't really see a match here. I'll just go here, and it can't be too far away, it's Iceland. So it's actually all the way further north here. And here's the intersection, the 61, and we were on the 60. Okay, I could have done better there, but 28 kilometers away. I got a little impatient. So I've got paved roads here, which I don't know, associated with the Netherlands. I wonder if that's correct. It's got the European stripe here. It's got a double G. I think this could be the Netherlands. There's no back plates on those ones. I thought with the Netherlands we'd be looking at yellow plates somewhere. So I wonder if it's not the Netherlands. Got this blue and white stripe pole. 4 steps on the crossing. And this guy's striding. Well, there's a lot going on in this one. A running child, a walking man, a house and a car, but we're exiting some town. Austin Delicatesse SE. Uh-oh. I don't actually know what an SE domain is. What country? Man, having seen the domain, it's going to be embarrassing when I go in the Netherlands here. I don't think it is the Netherlands. It's I think it's Scandinavian. I wonder if SE is Sweden. I have a flag here, but it's not a flag. Actually, I wonder about... I'm only going SE because of the language does look Swedish. These paved roads make me wonder. Don't know how big this city is. whether it would be Stockholm or Gothenburg, which is quite historic. Maybe that's why they've got the paved roads. Let's check there. It was midway between, so not midway between, it was actually quite close to Gothenburg, so that's good. 55 kilometers, and we were in Boras, and I guess the central areas where they've got the paved roads. Pinocchio walking to Boras. Nordic Wellness, Boras City. What is Pinocchio walking to Boras? Just going to quickly check on that, because that is weird. Yeah. Oh, okay, it is a statue by the looks. So if you see this, Pinocchio, then you know you're in Boras. I didn't see the Pinocchio, but it looks to be pretty big. Yeah, big. Weird. Anyway, 4,853 points. Luckily I didn't go to the Netherlands there, which was my thought. So here, Spanish it looks like. And they've got these huge speed cameras, which I haven't seen these before. I guess they're speed cameras. Difficult to say actually. I thought this was a camera element, but it looks like it's a light. I still think it's a camera. And as to where we are here, driving right obviously, and a yellow front plate. Which is interesting. This is a pretty unusual location too. There's been some unusual locations today. Don't know what to make of this one just yet. It's got some raised lines here at the crossing. And I thought this was a bus stop, but I'm not too sure. It is. That's a new bus stop to me. I think if it rains, you could definitely get into some difficulties with this one. Again, no bin, which is disappointing. Danger at 50 meters. So here we are in Padre Las Casas. Kind of puts me in mind of got a Coca-Cola sign here. Oh, I've got a ballerina on the sign here. I guess this is like the art center. Got some statues. Yeah, the cultural center of Padre Las Casas. I was wondering if this is just Mexico. No, wait. They had the yellow sign in, yellow number plate, which that's really orange though. So I wonder if that was, I think they have that in Colombia. That looks like, I think it's a sheep, but it looks like a fox or a wolf in sheep's clothing. That face is a bit weird. The head looks like a wolf head or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get this badly wrong. Super Bodega A Cuenta. So it's like a supermarket. Oh, here we go. Here it is. And looks like we might have a flag here, which would be interesting. Let's have a look. Is that Panama, or what's Puerto Rico look like? That's bad. I should really know that flag, but I do not. Where am I? I'm in the wrong area here. I don't think it's Dominican Republic. Las Casas. Yeah, it could be difficult to scan for. That flag's a dead giveaway, but I'm just blanking on one blue star in the corner and predominantly red. Driving right. Got this weird little house here on the stilts. Yeah, maybe I will go. Oh, got the market here. So selling watermelons, lots of fruits. Watermelon's popular. And interestingly, yellow plastic bags for the fruits. So I wonder if that's typical. Looks like we've got a mix of blues and yellows. I'm just going to go in Puerto Rico here and hope I'm not wrong. Oh my gosh. No. That was Chile. I did not know that. Here we go, Padre Las Casas. That's pretty bad. Wait a minute. Oh my god, that was the Chile flag. We didn't see the white, but the red was there. I mean, that's bad. Yeah, this is what I was thinking with Puerto Rico, with the star and red and white stripes. So it's not too dissimilar. I kind of got a bit baited there by the flag and completely guessed wrong. Shame. Okay. Anyway, next. That was bad. So the yellow, orangey yellow front plates there, which I was thinking of Colombia. Highwayspecialty.com, Sacramento. Interesting. So yellow lines, driving right. So I guess we're near Sacramento, which I think is in California. They're teasing me here. Del Puerto. Having guessed Puerto Rico for a Chile round, which is bad. Sounds like the cat's got some drama outside. It's clomping around on the roof. So I guess we're somewhere near Sacramento, which is enough. I hope that's the case, because this truck said that they're from Sacramento and Redding. Scorpion 2, cool. I'm not actually sure what they do with this truck. Don't know what that is. But very cool. So what, I think there was some Diablo Grande Parkway 3300. Diablo Grande Parkway. Parkway would be, I got the impression Parkway would be kind of like in residential areas, but this does not look residential. No littering, which I approve of, and it looks like everyone's it looks like mostly people are stuck to that, so that's good. Kind of driving west-ish here and turning to the south. So Frank Rains Park, Del Puerto Canyon Road, Frank Rains Park. I don't know. We must be on the outskirts of Sacramento or something like that. There was also Redding was listed on that. Grizzly Flats. That's a cool name. I don't really see Redding here, just offhand. But I think we'd be closer to Redding than Sacramento. I didn't get the impression that Sacramento was a suburb of... that Redding was a suburb of Sacramento. Maybe we'll just go out to the east here. And guess there. Ooh, it was surprisingly far. South of Stockton. Where was it? There's the Diablo Grande. That's fine. 139 kilometers is not the end of the world. So we can't get 20k here. And that is difficult to read. It's got some reddish soil and we're heading east-west. And it is flat. I'd like to get closer to these signs, but I don't think it's going to let me. Yeah, I can't really see what that's about. I was thinking Brazil straight off the bat here, but I don't think that's the case now. I don't really recognize this. Kilometer 42. I wonder if this is actually like whatchamacallit, Cambodia or something like that. Cambodia has red soil. And this, I don't know, kind of associate that kind of thing more with Asia, so nope. I guess it's just Montevideo, or Montevideo I guess they call it. I'm not actually sure. I've always called it Montevideo. And Salto, it's what, to the west. That explains the bollard though, a bit unusual. So I guess that's Uruguayan. And Montevideo is kind of to the west, but a long way. There's not a lot of Uruguay. I'm surprised it could be that far west. Col Antonio Rubio. Colonia. I got this confused with this the first time I saw it, Col. I forget what I was thinking it meant, but I believe it means Colonia. And Salto is 42. That Salto looks like it should be viewable. So Montevideo is to the west, right? Montevideo is to the west. Don't know what distance this is, but it looks like it would be too difficult for Montevideo to be to the west. I don't think there's enough space. I wonder if Montevideo is a bait for some other South American country. Paraguay is not covered. Short dashes in the middle. Oh dear. I wonder. It kind of looks wooden here. And these. It's got some interesting attachment points or something on the back. Kind of screwed here. Maybe I'll just go Uruguay and hold my breath. It was. I'm not sure how that checked out, but look, looks like this town here, Concordia, is right on the border. That's pretty interesting. Oh, and there's Salto. Yeah, so it's not on the border. Concordia is on one side and then Salto is on the other. I hadn't seen Salto before. You have to zoom quite a way in to see it. I'd say getting 440 kilometers away in Uruguay is quite the achievement. That is difficult to do. You have to have somewhere further north and guess a little further south there to get a worse score in Uruguay, but luckily I didn't chicken out and go for Brazil. So 18,500 points, that's not too, that's okay, except for this Puerto Rico guess on Chile, which was a bit of confusion about the flag, amongst other things, but pretty good. This Sweden was almost a disaster as well, because I was trying to go in the Netherlands, but fortunately, I think the domain there was SE. I'm going to try and remember that. Fortunately, kind of came to my senses there. It wouldn't have been too bad being Europe, but wouldn't have been great. So like driving left here, I guess I haven't had South Africa for a long time. I wonder if this is South Africa. Let me see something else. That's interesting. Remax, which I think we have in Australia. And we're driving left here. This sign doesn't say Australia to me. It says stop. They have Remax in New Zealand as well, I think. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know where it comes from, whether it's like a US company or what. It's like a grass roof here, which doesn't say Australia to me. This is worrying. This bollard in the middle of the footpath by the looks, which is a bit rude. And this footpath is dodge. And some trash, rubbish litter by the side of the road. One way is Nell Street. This sign was brought to you by SignPro. I just got a bit of a struggle here because I think it's definitely, I think, New Zealand or South Africa. I wouldn't have thought it would be that difficult to come to a conclusion, but I think Remax would be New Zealand, right? And if you get it wrong though, it's going to be a disaster. Some of the signs in the bollards I would have expected to be a bit nicer in New Zealand, but we offer the following: wide format printing and scanning, corporate identities, checklist books, canvas, a web domain. it's covered. I think it was actually going to say .com something something. Lindenberg. Still got 6 minutes left. I don't know why I'm having... I should have seen something definitive by now, surely. I can't quite read that one either. But I think that's a Z in the domain name. But South African Z. ZE, I think. ZN? I forget what domain South Africa is, but it's something Z something. So I don't know where we would go here. Some mountainish mountains off there, and it's kind of dry but not too dry. I wonder if it's near Bloemfontein. Off to the west. I might actually go near Kokstad. It was further north. Well, that was a struggle. That was a real struggle. Just gonna look up South Africa. ZA. Yeah, I'd forgotten. So it's ZA for South Africa. I mean, in the context of South Africa, that's average, but New Zealand would have been a much worse guess. So that's 3,500 points. Let's see. Centre dash, white. And we've got fields of this grassy kind of crap. This doesn't inspire me with confidence. Off the bat, I was thinking Europe. Just trying to get close to these buildings and see what's up here. Driving right. That's good. So I guess Europe with that one. And got a sign for Oreski. It's got a European stripe here. It's a long plate. I don't know what that tells me, but... And I'm not sure if that's actually something over the E or whether it's just a little dirty there. Because I have been baited before by that. Although there looks to be one across the E here as well. Are we leaving and also passing into Oreski? O-R-E-S-K-E. Oh yeah, of course. Doi. So Oreski's this way. Oh no. I was studying bollards and I've blanked on this one. Somewhere in Europe. That's annoying. What's it look like from behind? Maybe that'll help. It's kind of square on a black background. It's very distinctive with this split oranges. It's square on a... The good thing is that I think once I find out where this is, that'll lock it into my brain, this bollard. Because just watching a video or going through a list of bollards, you kind of blank out a little, but when you actually see it on a map, you can kind of associate it with something in your brain. So that's my theory, that once I know which country this is, I should be good for that bollard. Got a little shrine here with the all-seeing eye above, which is a bit unusual. and it looks kind of comical, unusual. And we are in Oreske. Let's have a look at the giveaway sign. So it's got some margin here, white margin on the border. I don't know what to do. I wonder whether I'd use that E. I wonder about Latvia or Estonia. Lithuania? Maybe Lithuania. Oh, we actually had a town name, Oreske. I think it'd be difficult to find because it doesn't look like a major town here. I think this is going to be horrible. Let's check. Oh, that's a shame. It was Slovakia. I'm surprised I didn't know that bollard. And I guess it's the same in Czechia, but yeah, that's pretty shameful. I think I went this way. I did. Just want to see that bollard again. So it looks like the bollards aren't widely used, so I kind of wasted something really useful there. So this is the bollard for Slovakia. Just trying to lock it into my brain. I don't know if it actually went in there. It's very thin by the looks, slightly curved. And then that's almost a square on a black background. And then they've got the split orange here. Knowing Europe, they probably use it somewhere else, but that's a good tip. That bollard was a wasted hint for me. But being Europe, even like a horrible guess like that is 872 kilometers away. 62. So what round was that? 2. And here we have a pretty basic bus stop. Right hand drive, very red soil. And double yellows in the center. Wow, this building is something else. Let's have a look. Looks like a Flintstones building. I guess it might be a church actually. Sometimes the architecture with churches is a little out of the ordinary. Doesn't indicate it's a church, but I'd be surprised if this was a house. It's pretty cool. That's pretty strange. So we have a palm tree here. Yeah, sorry, I didn't actually see that. Dusket. I didn't see your comment. Czech in Slovak. I've got to try and remember that one. And we've got a nondescript sign here, and I wonder if that was a crossing or a speed bump or something. Difficult to say. With the red soil here, it's a wooden signpost. I don't know specifically, but that could be still Brazil. I think I'll have to go in Brazil here. There's not going to be too much else to see, I don't think. It could be a while till I get a town sign or anything like that. Looks like a plantation here. I don't know what to do here. I think I'll just think I'll just expand the map out, and it doesn't look Amazonian, but it doesn't look, maybe I go midway through here, state of bar here. Oof. that's Brazil for you. Actually really was close to state of Amazonas. I didn't get that impression, but 2,500 kilometers away, despite kind of getting a vibe there for the latitude, but yeah, quite a bit further west. 1,300 points, not too great. Driving left here, interesting. And we're nearby the Sky Cafe. And there's quite a few mountains. And this building, which kind of has an Indonesian roof, but I don't think it's Indonesia, right? Just gonna go up the hill a bit and see what's going on. It may be Indonesia. Got a volcano here. That's pretty interesting. I was not expecting that, to be fair. I did not mean to expand the map there. Yeah. Okay. That's really unexpected. I do think this is Indonesia. Left, volcanoes everywhere. And an evacuation route for the Ijen Geopark. I don't know where volcanoes would be most prolific in Indonesia. Whether it be Kalimantan? I don't think so. Looks dry. Yeah, that's true. This looks dry here. This looks less dry here. Let's check Borneo. So that's more east. Okay, good. Good tips. Is there any water? Let's see. Just volcanoes everywhere. No wonder there's an evacuation site. Although I don't know where you evacuate to, because it's volcanoes everywhere. Ijen Geopark, I'm sure if you know, you know. Bondowoso. I'm not going to scan for that. I think I'll just go a little middle here. Go a bit further west. Oh, it was all the way east. Wow. By more east, you mean all the way east. So there's Bondowoso there. Yeah, a lot of volcanoes and things here. That's good to know. I haven't really come across that before with Indonesia, with the big volcanoes. So 300 kilometers away, not too bad. And now we've got a yellow rear plate. And Some palm trees. Coconut palms by the look. Driving right, I guess. And we've got Spanish. They're selling WOM. I don't know what WOM is, but it sounds exciting. They've got internet.com. It's funny how internet cafes used to be such a big thing, and now I guess they're still around. Especially like in Korea, they got it's more gaming than the internet, but yeah, you kind of still get internet cafes. We've got Pepsi and Coke here. On the signage, and it looks like a clothing shop or something like that. Oh, they got all sorts of things here. We've got Claro, which I'm not too familiar with. I was wondering if this was Colombia. Yeah, with the yellow plate, I think that would be a Colombian thing, right? And some pretty colourful buildings, which I think checks out. I hope it's not like Panama. I'm not sure about the number plates in Panama or the license plates, but Parakia Cristo Rey. I think I'll jump into Colombia here. Is that a mountain? Maybe. A mountain northeast. Maybe we'll go north of Bogota. Oops, didn't take. Yeah, so it was actually a little further from, or the other direction from Bogota. Nearby Santa Rita. Some lakes around there as well. So that was pretty good. About 300 kilometers away, 16,500. So I'm going backwards, and I've got about 45 minutes to try and switch it around. This just looks Australia to me. Straight off the bat, driving left, all white lines. This 4-1 lane is familiar to me, and we've got a grass tree here. Don't really want to screw this up too badly. We're driving north-eastish, southeastish. Left lane ends on a yellow pole here. Soil is kind of reddish. I always get like whenever I see Australia, I go, oh, this could have been nearby where I grew up. It looks a bit sparser, I guess, than where I grew up in Queensland. But we did have kind of like reddish soil like this, but that's what screws me up with Western Australia, is like with the red soil, it kind of looks like the red soil that we saw growing up, so it kind of screws me over a bit. I don't know what to make of this. WA, okay. I'll trust you on that one. It just looks so similar to where I grew up, but it rarely ever is. The only time, I think, a few days ago, because I grew up here, or around here, and I actually saw the red soil in the sugarcane, which they grow in Bundaberg, in that kind of region. And I committed to it, but it was actually on the Sunshine Coast, which is not too far away, but yeah, I think a lot of people in that case with the really red soil would have got baited for Western Australia. And we're going kind of like north-south-ish. It's not super dry, but it's not super not dry, which is Australia. So sometimes a little dry. Sometimes they have rainforest, but not very often. Not sure if they're on the coast road or not. I'll just go there. Ooh, so I got, that was, oh, I didn't click on a road, but yeah, that was the road there. Maybe I should have gone more in the greener area, but that's pretty good. I don't know. I think I would have gone Western Australia there. It's too much of a risk to go East Coast with the soil like that, but it just does bug me out that the soil I grew up, there is a lot of red soil on the East Coast, which is dangerous. I'm not sure about this language. It looks really stylized, which is problematic. Got this giant rock out here as well. It's interesting. I think we're driving left. I was wondering if it was India, but can't really read that language. But going left-hand side, we're in a very unresidential area. What is it? Rural, rural area. Got a little motor taxi here. Can't really southern India. Oh, another Peter. Hey, how's it going? It's good to see you again. I think I missed streaming yesterday and maybe the day before. Some work commitments, but yeah, I think India definitely. That language was difficult to see, but it could correlate with this. I'm not sure where the coverage is. I've never actually had a southern India before. Just click here. Ooh, it's kind of like central southern. That's not too bad anyway. I mean, it's not great, 793 kilometers. Yeah, so the language on the sign was really stylized there, which does make it a little bit difficult. So it looks like the map's changed. Oh, the coverage has changed. Just wanted to have a quick look at this sign here. Whoops, too far. Actually, the quality is much better now. You can kind of see it. Okay, that's good. Moving on. Not that southern, no. Obviously, that's all right. So painted white on the bottom of the plants here, which they kind of look like pruned grapevines. Driving right. And what else? I don't see a blue strip here. I see red. Which, I don't know, I had a problem yesterday, a while ago where I thought the number plate was Albanian because of the red, but it was like Kyrgyzstan. I think Kyrgyzstan. But I don't know, I think Albanian, some number plates still do have red on them. I'm not going to look at the sky. Have these all got red on them? I think they do. Doesn't look like Albania. Yeah. I think some Albanian plates have red, but these look predominantly like they all do. And this bollard's interesting. So I think it's Kyrgyzstan. It doesn't give me that impression, although that's pretty unusual. I don't know if it's snow covered or it's just the kind of rock. I guess it's not, because this is quite low here. It'd be unusual to be snow covered. The Kyrgyzstan actually isn't that big, and I don't know what the coverage is, but I guess somewhere near Bishkek here. Oh, okay. Is it? I think it was Kyrgyzstan, just on the border. Okay, so learning, that's good. Because yeah, last time I went Albania and that was not a good guess. Kyrgyzstan doesn't really come to my mind, but since that fail with the red on the plate, it springs to mind more readily, so that's good. Ah, wow, this is... I wonder if this is India again. Oh no, it is not. I just saw these pots, I kind of associated them with India. Yeah, so we've got Arabic and... what do they call it? Latin or Romanji? I forget. But it's talking about the Sultan here. So I guess it's like... Saudi, I think. Oh, UAE, sorry. I think it's UAE. I'll just guess in there. I hope that's the case. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's not too big. Could have gone a bit closer there, but I don't really want to guess spend too much time over that. Okay, that's good. So I think, I thought this was Thai. I haven't had Thailand so far today, which is really unusual because oftentimes I get quite a few Thai rounds. The road's not concrete. It's a cool bus stop here. Ah. I think it was a cool old bus stop, and then in the next frame they've I thought they'd renovate it. No, that's so good. So I believe we're in Thailand, kind of like on a major east-west road. Are they driving on the left? That's always a good question. They are. And they're walking on the highway, which is not advisable, I wouldn't say. I'm pretty confident with Thailand here, and a major road, east-west. Thailand's kind of annoyingly big. I might go north, maybe central here's a safe bet. Yeah, actually, it was pretty central. 167 kilometers away, 4,500 points. What was the total on there? Ooh, 21,700. That's very nice. I mean, I've been not great tonight, or this morning, sorry, it's 5:30. But yeah, UAE's a giveaway. So India was the worst one, I think. Round 2, 3,200. So could win a lot better. But I'm pretty happy. So Kyrgyzstan, it's not a huge place. Thailand not too far away, so that was pretty good. And Western Australia, which could also be worse. Western Australia's a big place. But I guess there's not a huge amount of coverage, I'm not too sure. So I've got white lines dashed in the middle. It's a really fresh sign. It seems quite low to me on a concrete base. Tropical, subtropical. And this pole, which, I don't know, some big mountains, well, not big mountains, but distinctive hills, and this bollard, which I'm not familiar with. And I don't know if it's true bollard or it's marking a creek here. Because sometimes they do that in Australia, if there's a creek running under the road, they'll kind of like put a bollard either side. I don't know what happened to them. Oh, yeah, I think that's the case here. They look to be concrete. Red and white striped. And I think there was a sign up here, although I could be wrong. So we're driving little motorbike. Ah, okay. In terms of the language, I'm struggling a bit there. Is it? I forget what Lao language looks like. Where is Laos? It doesn't look like that too much. Cat's going crazy in the background. Running around chasing shadows. Kitty. Cambodian bollards. Okay. Yeah, I struggle with the forest for people well-being. I wonder if anyone's actually visiting that. And that's an interesting crossing too. Yes, I struggle with Cambodian and Lao languages. We've got some World Vision signage here, which I wonder what that's about. So we've got some really distinctive high kind of mountains here in Cambodia, I guess, if that's Cambodian bollard and Cambodian language. Just looking for a place. I'm not really familiar with those places. So I wonder if I can't really see any mountains here. Maybe we should go kind of close to Phnom Penh. I'll just go a little north here. Ooh, it was all the way north. So they've got a wildlife sanctuary here, I guess that's kind of what we were looking at. Like Thai, but more squiggly. Yeah, Thai I kind of identify with the... I mean, I'm sure it gets more familiar, but the little... It kind of look like irons popping out at the top of the language, like little old style irons. Can't really see them there, but yeah, Thai I'm pretty confident with now. Lao and Cambodian less so. Although Cambodian is very squiggly. Just when they stylize the language on some of the signs too, it's quite difficult to distinguish. Ooh, oh no. So I've got Kaufland, and then this is very language heavy, and I'm not too familiar. Knowing the days of the week would be good, because it looks like they're open from Pondelk to Sobota, 7 to 9. And then on Nedelo from 8 to 8. Driving right. Pretty sure we're in Europe. We're using euros. And we're in Slovakia, I guess. Just judging by the domain there. .sk. The Slovakian language kind of boggles me a bit. Or I guess it's the same with Czech. I never associate it. So by the big shopping complex here, Kufland. Not sure exactly where I should go here, but I'm pretty happy just getting the country. I don't see any signs around, so because it's fairly large, if they've got a Kufland, could be Nitra or Nitra. Wow, it was really close. And there's the Kufland. I'm sure it's a chain. That's surprising. 24 kilometers away. Pretty happy. And this looks like it has a yellow strip here. Driving right. And I kind of get a Polish vibe from the language. Busic. I think that seems legit Polish. Gentleman. Moda Miska. So I don't know whereabouts. Poland's a bit tricky. It's roundish. So maybe I'll go in Lodz. Lodz? I don't know. So it's a little further northwest there. That's okay. Just identifying the country's fine. And this looks like Australia again, but I don't know. Fontenoy Lane. These centre lines are really thick. I kind of retract my this is Australia guess for the moment. Statement. It does look like Australia, except I'm not sure about this sign and these lines here. It makes me think like New Zealand or something. New Zealand is very similar in some ways to Australia, but definitely weirder. Though this looks like an Australian bollard. Or a couple of them. That sign looks very green. Definitely driving left, yeah. It's got to be Australia, surely. I wouldn't mind seeing like a power pole or something like that. Electricity pole. Because I'm not sure about this signage. It doesn't look like signage I'm familiar with. And these road lines are very thick. Definitely Australia, yeah, I agree. Very Australia. Just want to see... something else. Stop, revive, survive. That's an Australian concept, definitely. I don't want to get this like horribly wrong. This, I don't know what is. I haven't seen that before. I wonder, where could we be? These road lines are really dodge. I wonder if we're like central New South Wales. Maybe I'll go for that. Are we in a national park? I don't think so. Difficult to tell. Kind of driving. Just hang on. I keep creeping further and further north. Wellington, not New Zealand. Let's guess there. It was further south near Cootamundra, which is a place I've heard of. I couldn't have placed it on a map. Oh, we're right near Wombat. As my sister pronounces Wombat. Yeah, New South Wales is a good guess there. Just south of Wombat. Okay, those lines were really thick. I'm not sure what happened there. Whether that's intentional or they screwed up somehow and set the paint too wide. 4,387. Pretty happy with that, because that could have gone horribly wrong. In Australia is sometimes a bit difficult. It's got an abandoned house here. That's cool, or an abandoned building anyway. My first thought here was Asia, but I don't know. Yeah. I wonder if this could be Thailand again. I'm not sure about this building here. Looks, this whole area is abandoned. I wonder if it's near the beach actually. Because it could be like some kind of hotel or something they put up, which has now been abandoned. This kind of, it's certainly Asian style. And I kind of see it as a Thai or Indonesian style thing. It's one of those abandoned locations that, you know, some people love to visit. It creeps me out a bit, visiting places like that. But yeah, there's plenty on YouTube. People visiting abandoned resorts and things like that. Abandoned luxury homes. Actually saw the other day, somewhere we went as a kid in northern Queensland. We went for a holiday to the Iwasaki resort in Yeppoon, and that's since been abandoned, which is wild because it had the largest swimming pool in the southern hemisphere, the largest outdoor swimming pool in the southern hemisphere, which has now been abandoned. And a couple of years ago, or a few years ago, someone flew a drone over there and took some footage of it, which is wild because that was a huge investment for a Japanese company years and years ago, in the 80s I think. I was reading into it a bit, and early on during construction there was some like local protests for it, and someone actually put a bomb in there and detonated it and destroyed some of the construction. And now after a few decades it's been abandoned, which is kind of sad, but a total waste of money and resources. Anyway, I'm kind of like filling because I'm not sure exactly where to go here. And I don't know if I want to travel down this track. The soil is really white-ish, kind of sandy. I think it'd be near a beach to the east though. Maybe I'll go down here in Thailand. Wow, it wasn't. It was Mexico. I wasn't even thinking Mexico. That's annoying. So let's check out where this abandoned place was. Merida I have actually been to. It wasn't near the water, which is interesting. I thought it was like a coastal, I didn't mean to click on the map, but I thought it was a a coastal resort or something like that. Looks like it's Hacienda Suku Yucatan, since abandoned. 1 point. That was generous. Generous to give me 1 point for that. Yucatan has really white soil and rock walls. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, I kind of committed to Thailand a bit early there. I don't know if I would have thought of Mexico, to be honest. 16,106 kilometers away. I don't actually know how far you have to be away to get 0 points, but I'm pretty proud of a 1 point. That's nice. So that's odd. Without that, it would have been a really good score, I guess. 4,392, 4,935, 4,500. Yeah, that would have been a really good score without that 1 point at the end. But I do like that the best. That's excellent. Pretty happy. Probably another 20 minutes, maybe 2 more games here. And this doesn't inspire me with confidence. This is unusual. I haven't seen this before. It's like, not dashes, but I guess the smallest form of dash you can have. It's like 2 pixels. I haven't seen that before, I'm sure. Yeah, the building did feel kind of Asian, but then I guess they could have been going for like a pre-European look on the Yucatan Peninsula. Who knows? Maybe I should have googled it just to see a little more, but it looked like it had been abandoned quite some time. So we got a lot of hay. Yeah, here. So it's that time of the season when they bring in the hay, I guess. And what else? This sign, which is very thick. It appears to have a white border. That is thick. I'm sure I would have come across something that thick before, but I do not recall. I guess we're in Europe. And I don't know whereabouts in Europe. Just having a look to see what the options are. Don't know about Romania. Man, it'd be cool if Moldova was covered. I don't think it is. That's a shame. I don't know, maybe we can see something else here. Ooh, there's a bollard. Which, as we know, bollards... Oh, that's French. It's a French bollard, I'm pretty sure. Interesting. I was not expecting that. I was thinking it was going to be out further west here. So, in terms of France, I don't know, I guess it looked pretty flat, I guess. Yeah, which I don't know what that tells me. It's pretty open. Maybe we'll go near Lyon. It was a lot further west, but still 4,000 points near La Rochelle, or to the east of La Rochelle. So it was quite a dry area. Yeah, I didn't really consider that, but that's not too bad. Not too unhappy. And this appears to be like Indonesia again, I think. I have been having some struggles with Indonesia and Malaysia. And I did watch a video the other day telling between them, which the summary, I thought Indonesia had front plates, and they had 3 white sections on the number plates, which I can't really tell if that's 2 or 3. It kind of looks like two sections. Although this appears to be like, yeah, an Indonesian flag, which is a giveaway. So it was wasted learning all this. Although what else? I think Malaysia often had awas for warning or something on the signs, and Indonesia had hati-hati. I was just looking there. Maybe I'm got confused in terms of the front plates. Being Indonesia, maybe the front plates were maybe it's the opposite way around. So I've got a restaurant here that's very interesting. Just gonna have a look, see what they've got. Indomie goreng, miso, milko. Oh no, Milo. I don't know why I said milko. It's mostly tea and coffee with a few noodles and some soup. Indomie rebus. I don't know, not too inspiring, but it's nice to have. I hope they're not baiting me with all these Indonesian flags, because that would be annoying. But I'm sure it is. And that's another telling point, is Indonesia's, some of it is on the equator. So a lot of the satellite dishes point directly up, which is a really useful tip. I've been using that a lot to try and identify. White in the middle plate is Indo and black in the middle is Malay. Yeah, I think, I don't know, I won't go Borneo, I'll go somewhere here. It was further north, slightly north of the equator here, close to Malaysia, not too far from Kuala Lumpur. So that's interesting. If I'd guessed Kuala Lumpur there, I would have more points. But that's Indonesia, it's extensive. 3,651. So we're driving directly northeast, southwest here. And we have these mountains and this deer here. Straight away I was thinking, actually I don't remember which one, Lesotho? I'm pretty sure that's right. That is a really cool deer sign though, or springbok sign I guess. I think Lesotho has the low mountains. And Eswatini has the grass. We can have a look at this sign. Hopefully it doesn't confuse me more. On the R48. Oh dear. I don't see an R48 to be honest with you. Maybe we're just nearby. We have to be nearby there surely. It's so strange that actually, is there a road that there must be? So the 8 becomes the A2. So I think we're actually in South Africa, judging by the road name. I'm not familiar with where DR is. DR. Or where the R48 is. I can't seem to find it here. R56. I hate scanning for roads or cities or anything like that. Scanning sucks. And in this case looks to be fruitless. So I don't know, I'll go somewhere with near Lesotho. It was further out. Okay. Oh, there's Dar. Yeah, you had to zoom right in to see the R48 too. So I'm glad I didn't scan. I'm glad I didn't spend too much time. And that's my view on scanning. It's good if you find it straight away. If you don't, you just wasted a whole bunch of your time. So this is like a French car. These signs are not familiar to me. Independencia. It kind of looks unusual. They're driving on the... It's difficult to tell with that because they've got one car, well, both cars are driving that way. Driving on... It's the same here, people just park wherever they want. They can't all be one-way streets. This signage is pretty unusual, I would say. I haven't really come across that before. So I wonder if it's one of the Central American countries that I'm not too familiar with. Just wondering if this was painted. Not too sure. I think we're driving left. Could that be right? Seems very unusual to be driving left here. There's a palm tree of some kind. And they've got these, I guess that's for waste, you know, for rubbish. And a cute dog here. Ahoy. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think about this. Carnes. So they're speaking Spanish. And I think it would be not Spain. They're trapping their garbage here. These baskets, I have seen them before. I thought it was like Argentina or something, but I don't quite recall. Got black and white on the post here, which with the chunky ones in rural areas would be Peru, but I'm not sure on regular street signs in urban areas whether that would be the case. Carne's in-car. I wonder if that's a kind of like a pun for Inca. Maybe it is Peru. Oh gosh, I have to go somewhere, so let's just plonk it in Peru here. Ooh, it was Argentina. Man, I was saying about the little cages on posts beside the road in Argentina. Maybe I should have committed to that a bit more. Not to worry. So I don't feel too good about this. So we have Cyrillic here, and these arrows are actually, I think, here we go. So we have bollard spam and these arrows, which I think is Russian rather than Ukraine. And that would be useful to know what town or city we're heading towards, but I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it's Russia, but it's a big place. Just quickly scan. Is it Yekaterinburg? That would be wildly helpful if it was. I think it is. Holy moly. That's the best luck I've ever had in Russia. So Yekaterinburg is at 127 kilometers north. So I guess we're between Chelyabinsk and Yekaterinburg. What a stroke of luck. That's so good. If it's true. Oh, nice guess. NGC on Yekaterinburg. Very good. I don't know, I'm pretty happy. I think I'll just guess here. It can't be too far wrong, surely. Wow. I mean, with a little effort there, I could have 5k'd Russia, which would be a first. That's probably the closest I've ever been in Russia. 35 kilometers away. Makes me feel a little sad that I didn't spend more time getting closer, but no, very happy. 17,876. I'll play one more game, and then I'll have to finish up for the day. Vince store. That's pretty unusual. It's got a lot of palm trees here, and we look to be driving left, I think, or not. We better check on that. And we've got this unusual thing here. I'm definitely thinking we're in Asia, although I take that back. Oh no, so it must be Indonesia or Malaysia, and there's a huge volcano here by the looks, so I'd imagine Indonesia. Mayon Food House. Oh, it looks like washing day here. I wish we could get closer in here and see what they've got for sale, but afforder loads. I don't know what that's referring to. I wonder actually if this says pesos. If the little p here is referring to pesos. Let's check the road direction, because we need to know if it's left or right. Because this, suddenly I think maybe it could be the Philippines. Yeah, we're driving right. Yeah, I think we're in the Philippines. That was a near miss, if it is indeed the Philippines. Yeah, I think that sign was indicating pesos. And the language is quite unusual. Loglogan, Mais Loglogan. So where would I go in Indonesia? It's cripes. I've made that mistake before. Like I go, oh yeah, this is Philippines, and then plonk it in Indonesia. I don't know. I don't get any big city vibes around here, so maybe it's quite a long way from here to here. So I want to try and get a good guess. I was thinking down here for no reason at all, but maybe I should go more central. I don't know where some huge volcanoes would be in Philippines. Maybe I should go central. I don't really see any mountains or anything around about. I'll just go all the way south, why not? And it was all the way pretty far north. I should have gone more central, but 3,657. Luckily I didn't go Indonesia there. That's strictly no entry to men. That's interesting. Just identifying that the last round was the Philippines is enough for me at this stage. Just not screwing up the country. I was wondering if this was a bus stop. I think it is. Urara. This kind of looks going to say Australian, but it could be South African again. I think they're driving left, as they do in both places. But this doesn't look Australian. Certainly a lot of gum trees though, which is concerning. This pole I don't think looks Australian. And this outcrop here, the rocky outcrop, I don't think looks Australian. Strictly no entry to men. I'm trying to think why that would be. I wonder if that's... I was wondering if it's a female prison or something like that, but it seems pretty open, so I'm not sure what that's about. They have a reception. Maybe we can read the sign. Oh, I can't quite read it. I think we must be in South Africa. As to where, I'm not too sure. I'll go all the way west. It was Australia. Frick, Northern Territory. That's bad. What was the... Alice Springs. I guess Northern Territory is quite different. Pioneer Racecourse. I don't understand the strictly no entry to men. Unless it's just a... I don't see any facility here. Maybe it's not marked up. 15 points. That's an improvement from the one I got. The 1 point, single point that I got in a round last game. Whoops, I didn't mean to open the map there. And this kind of worries me. I'm not sure where we would be. It's very mountainous. The road quality is good. And the sign back was black. I don't know if that's helpful. Looks like I was, yeah, a little late on that one. It did look like Australia, but there's so much about it that was unusual, and I think because it was the Northern Territory, which I didn't really factor in. I don't know how many Northern Territory rounds I've had before, but not a lot, if any. So this is in English. It's weird I haven't had any Japan rounds yet today, and I'm about to finish up in 3 more rounds. I don't know what to make of this. I guess it's in Europe. They're speaking English. Well, the signs are in English though, which is a bit unusual. I don't know what to make of that because it's very mountainous. Very windy. Nothing really comes to mind for me here. Where could it be? Just trying to get an idea. Oh, no. I suddenly thought Canada, but I don't think that's right. Albania? Alright. Because I've got no ideas. Yeah. I'm out of ideas. It's a very nice, newish looking road. I'll go Albania. I'll trust you on that one. I've not seen anything like this before. I am fairly new, but yeah, I wouldn't have guessed Albania there. Where are the mountains? I have difficulty distinguishing the mountains on this map. Look to be mountains everywhere. I'll just click up here. Looks pretty windy. Wow. Nice get. Albania. Thank you very much, Dusket. I would not have guessed that. I don't know, I would have spun my wheels a long time and probably would have gone somewhere here, I guess, because of the mountains. But yeah, Albania. I would never have guessed Albania. 28 kilometers away, and none of that is mine. All painted white on the bottom of the trees here, and the posts by the look. So we're a long way, I guess, north, judging by the satellite dish. The road quality is not great. Whoops. And we're driving on the right hand side. That number plate looks really long, which is interesting. It doesn't tell me specifically anything, but and we've got Cyrillic here and Coca-Cola. I wondered if this might be Ukraine, or this looks quite grand, like it could be somewhere else where they speak Cyrillic. I think Kazakhstan has some coverage now, or Kyrgyzstan. I don't think they have the red strip from Kyrgyzstan on the number plate. Yeah, I don't really see it. But this, I don't know, I get the impression of, although they have the Russian-Ukrainian crossing, I think I will just go Ukraine here. I'll go nearby Donetsk. Oh, it was Russia. Oh no, it was Kazakhstan. That's a shame. Yeah, the thing that kind of had me worried about Ukraine was, oh, without the car blur, there's a bit more obvious. But I should have committed a bit more, because this style of thing made me think of, you know, further west than Ukraine, like Kazakhstan kind of thing, or Mongolia or something like that. Okay, I could have done better there. 1,220 points. And on the last round of the night, and maybe short dashes in the middle. I wondered if this was New Zealand, but no, it's France. And we've got some cows. Romaniags, I'm not sure what that refers to. Just having a look at the signs, because I'd like to be able to identify France without the bollards. It's very green, very lush. It's the last round ever, well, for today. Oh, I don't know, maybe I'll be back later today because I want to test OBS, because I've been using the Twitch studios for streaming because I had a little difficulty setting up OBS, but I think they're phasing out. We'll be discontinuing support of Twitch studios after the 30th of May, so I've got to try and work out OBS before they shut that down. So maybe I'll have a little test stream later today, see if I can sort out some of the bugs that I'm having. Not bugs, they're not bugs with OBS, they're just difficulties personally I'm having because the setup is not quite the way I want it. Not that I'm exacting, it's just not exactly right somehow. I'm going to guess near Montpellier, but I guess it's further north here. Let's have a look. Oh, it was close to Montpellier. 135 kilometers away. 4,648 points for a total of, wow, 14 and a half. I think that's the worst I've had today. Yeah, that's South Africa, Northern Territory guess was terrible. Ukraine on Kazakhstan, that was not great. So 15 points for that Australia one, 1200 points for the Kazakhstan one. Yeah, not a highlight, but a lot of fun. So thanks Dusket for hanging around. Thanks for your assistance too. That Albania was not something I was ever going to get, but hopefully I can catch you some other time. Ciao, bye.